doing it.
Doug, say hi to Instagram.
Hello, Instagram. We have all of the feeds working right now. I love it. I love it. And for those of you watching, especially if you're watching on Donna St. Louis's feed, no, I am not Donna St. Louis. I am Doug Stampley. I am the client concierge and mindset coach for Fire Savvy. We are a business advisory service and we help people in a variety of ways, but we help with clear messaging. We help with attracting your dream client. And we also help you take your profitable offer and we help you sell it in an easy, comfortable way. And I have a special treat for you today, y'all. This right here, this is the secret weapon, not only behind Fire Savvy and such an integral part of our Fire Savvy team, but she is also the secret weapon behind the Success Tribe. So any of you listeners who are familiar with Deanna Jean and the Success Tribe, Krystal is also the secret weapon for their team as well. So, Krystal, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I can't wait to interview you here. But before we get started, I'd love to just give everybody give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to everyone.
Thank you so much, Doug. I'm really excited to be here. And for those on Instagram, I'm actually live on Facebook right now with Doug, who is the most amazing human being, the client concierge and mindset coach for Fire Savvy. So those on Instagram who may not know, we are live on Facebook and you're tuning in. So Facebook. Okay, so first of all, Doug, thank you. I'm excited to introduce myself. And like I said, Doug is by far the most amazing human. And I'm so happy to have him in my life as a part of Fire Savvy. And I get to work with him on the Fire Savvy team, which is truly amazing. So I am Krystal of Krystal Clear Action, the CEO and founder. People know me as your favorite OBD with OCD, which is an online business director obsessed with details and organization. And at Krystal Clear Action, we are a team that helps coaches and consultants streamline their operations so they can be the visionary leader within their business. Because CEOs really need to be focusing on income production, professional development, and relationship building. And when you're stuck in the day-to-day, that doesn't happen. And so that is where Krystal Clear Action comes in.
I love that, Krystal. And as you were sharing that again, it just makes me remember like it's about getting the hands off the keyboard and using your brain and really leveraging your gifts, right? Empowering those CEOs where they can do what they do best.
Yes, exactly. Too often time, a business owner has the dream, right? I'm going to start this business and it's going to be fantastic. And little do you know, the amount of sacrifice that comes to starting a business, especially when you've had a job your entire life, right? Whether that's like a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, you've had a steady income, and now you started a business, and oh my God, like there's no one to report to. You make your prices, you make your schedule, everything is literally on your own. And so when you're first starting out, a lot of times business owners start with the do it yourself, right? You wear all the hats. You do client delivery, you do social media, you do posting, you do landing pages. You're trying to do it all. And that takes away from you spending time within your gift and what you really started the business to do.
See, this is why you're here. I love this. This is so good. And I just really quickly want to jump in and let everyone know that tonight is a special opportunity. Krystal is going to be presenting. She is wrapping up our Fire Savvy Summer Series. And so tonight at 6:15 Eastern, if you would like to join Krystal and the rest of our Fire Savvy family, this is going to be a really awesome opportunity to tap into Krystal's brain because she's going to be talking about optimizing your team. So if you look on my screen, you see firesavvy.net/summer. And I want to give you a special code for anyone listening today. Doug. Apply code Doug, D-O-U-G, and you can join us. You can get a complimentary seat tonight for Krystal's presentation. Yes. And so, Krystal, what I would love to do is just real quickly, how did you get started with what you do now in helping business owners do what you do? You're kind of behind the scenes, but you're that secret weapon. How did you even get started into this?
Doug, what a good question. I'm going to give the short answer here.
Okay.
The journey truly began thanks to Mary Kay, 1,000%. I became a Mary Kay consultant and I absolutely loved the personal and professional development, the women support and everything. So that's when sort of like the whole entrepreneurship or, working for yourself really developed. And my director, I noticed, could just use a little bit more organization.
Mm.
And so that's really how Crystal Correction was born. I joined a program that Jillian Murphy had, and through the program, she was like, "You're here." This is what she said. She's like, "You're here selling lipsticks, right? And you have a master's degree in organizational leadership. You've been on a board of directors doing operations and internal affairs. So why don't you put that to use?" So hence, Crystal Clear Action was born because I believe it's a personality trait more than it is like an innate thing that I have inside where I just like to be structured. I like to be organized. And really started with managing Facebook groups.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is interesting. I did not know that. First of all, I mean, I've known you for a while. Did not know about the Mary Kay thing. I knew about the Masters in Organizational Leadership.
Yeah.
So that is super cool. Now, you don't know I'm going to ask you this, so I'm going to give you a minute to process. But so you get started and you create your own agency
Yeah.
and you get going. What are some of the sort of like insider tips and secrets that you've learned that you think are some of those common denominators that CEOs and business owners have that might be preventing them from maximizing everything that they do? What are some of those things you've noticed along the way?
Yes. So I do want to say that none of this was prepped. Doug did not send me any questions.
None.
Um, so what I noticed, especially like for me in the beginning, managing a full-time job, along with starting the business. When I first began, just kind of wearing all the hats and feeling like I don't have time, right? Because now you're sacrificing time with family, friends. Your life really changes in the beginning. And so it wasn't until I actually started to outsource because I knew that if I wanted to get where I was going, I was not going to be doing it alone.
Mm,
So like I said, I had a mentor. I was in programs and different groups because you need to also surround yourself with other people who understand you, who understand
hmm.
the journey, and who understand what you're going through. So I would say that's tip number one: surround yourself with people that understand your journey, are in a similar journey. So I was in groups with other small business owners building their business. The second thing was I knew my business wasn't going to get to where I wanted it to go with just me managing by myself. So it was outsourcing. And outsourcing is a whole beast of its own, which is actually my specialty. But definitely knowing what to outsource and how to manage that outsource is really, really important. So that's the second thing that I would say. And then the third thing, which ties in, is how to manage, because sometimes you start to outsource and it doesn't give you the deliverable that you imagined. And that's because you can't think you're going to go ahead and hire a virtual assistant who is going to take just everything off your plate and make magic. There are actually specialties. There's tech, there's general, there's social. You end up learning all that. So just figuring out where's the most important part that I need to target and get help there and have patience and grace.
Okay, so just so everybody knows, we did not plan this.
No.
And I just asked you a question off the cuff, and you just gave three amazing tips, Krystal. So
Thank
I've got surround, these are things that you've learned with what you do to help people, leverage and grow. Surround yourself with people who truly understand you and understand the mission. And then outsourcing, understand how to do that, and then how to manage things.
you. Yes.
I love those three tips. And you also said something else that I want to give you a chance to just kind of add. Krystal, I'm not sure if you can hear it. I have a little bit of feedback. I'm not sure if you're the volume on your phone maybe or something.
No, is it staticky?
Yeah, when I talk, there's just a little bit of it,
It's
but
my
maybe
it's the speaker on my laptop, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you said one other thing, and it was virtual assistant. And what I'm wondering is, can you help people understand the difference? Because I think sometimes people don't know, like, I need some help, but I'm not sure. Do I get a VA or do I hire someone like yourself who is an online business director? And I'm just curious if you can help articulate, like, what those things are and when they come into play in what situations.
That's a great question, Doug. So a virtual assistant is someone that you can hire either as a contractor, like per hour, or on a retainer basis. And what the virtual assistant does is they follow what you delegate and give them. So, for example, let's just take social media. I want to post 3 times this week. You need to tell them, like, post 3 times this week on these days with these images, with these captions. So you give the virtual assistant the direction
Hmm.
for them to be able to move forward and assist you. So they're really great at doing and executing what it is that you explain. And it's virtual because they can be anywhere in the world.
Got
Then the next level would be, depending on your needs, an online business manager. So an online business manager comes more so in when you are ready for systems and operations. So they can audit your business and they'll tell you, what's the best client relationship management tool to use, or what funnel. A funnel is basically like a website or a landing page where people can come and meet you and then sign up for something that you're offering and receive like an email and responses that are automated. So they can also tell you, hey, we should set up this funnel because you're gonna share this workbook, or you're gonna have a masterclass coming up. So they're gonna come in and like assess your systems and your operations, help look over your team. And then so myself as an online business director, what I come in and do is I have my own team. And so when you come to me, you don't have to worry about anyone else that you would need to hire. You would come and say, hey, this is essentially my vision, right? And what I love that we get to do is not only do we get to make the plan strategically for your vision, but we also get to implement it. So we don't say,
it.
hey, here's your plan, like go ahead and execute. We're like, okay, here's your plan, and here's where my team can step in and actually execute that plan for you, to blend in with what it is that you want to accomplish. And so, as an online business director, I'm managing my own team. If you have a team, managing your team. And I'm also coming up with ways to expand your own business. So if you
Mm.
say, hey, I want to have a masterclass, okay, so I have a whole masterclass process that includes everything from the beginning of like the title, all the way through the launch, all the way through having cheerleaders, all the way through being live, and then post, right? So pre, during, post is how everything's taken care of. And so my mind is always working in that sense of, how can we help you accomplish your goal, and then have the team implement it for you so that you're not stuck on the keyboard doing those things.
Okay, so this was like a mini master class right there because I would have never had any idea how to explain it. I know you've shared it with me before, but that was perfect. So first level is like VA, but you got to tell them what to do, but they're
Yes,
going to do it.
yes,
Second level is that online business manager where they're going to kind of do an audit. They're going to help you with some things. And then that third level is like that full done for you type service where it's make the plan, implement, execute, and it's basically an extension of you in terms of all the back end operations and everything. Am I
yes,
close?
yes. And let me just add, because some people have a hard time just comprehending what that role is. So if you think of a chief operating officer,
Hmm.
uh, a managing officer, those would be similarly to what a business director does for the
Oh,
corporate minds that need something to equate it to. I find that to be a little bit easier for people.
okay. I love this. I love this. So now, and I just want to remind anybody who's listening here, if you go to firesavvy.net/summer, Krystal's presentation tonight, 6:15 Eastern, apply code Doug, DOUG, for a complimentary seat to tap into her brain, folks. You're hearing it live. We haven't even discussed what you're going to be doing tonight, Krystal.
Yes.
So I would love to just, and obviously, you're going to be sharing some things tonight. What I
Mhm.
want to know is, why is what you're going to be sharing tonight so important, and how can it help business owners like break through that next level of revenue ceiling, but also in terms of like improving their operations and helping them get to that next level where they want to go? What's the why behind it?
Yeah, so that's a great question, Doug. I'm really excited for tonight, and I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret as
Woo!
well. Yeah,
You're
yeah.
hearing it here first.
Let me just get this microphone over here. But what I want to share is I love what I do, and I work behind the scenes, right? So in tonight's workshop, I'm actually coming from behind the scenes to the forefront to share my expertise today. And I'll just be frank that it's also a bit nerve-wracking, really, because I love to have my hands on the keyboard, right?
Mhm.
Um, and this time I'm getting to come to stage. So I'm just going to be really transparent and say I'm nervous, I'm excited, but the best part that like really feeds my soul or makes me super excited for tonight is the fact that I get to serve and make it actionable and beneficial for you that's attending. So let me tell you what we're actually going to be covering. We're going to be talking about who to hire, when to hire, and what to delegate. Because oftentimes, as small business owners, again, you have what I'm going to call the superhero complex, right? Because we're taught that we can handle it all. But in all reality, if you want to scale and grow and have that, 6, 7 figure, 8 figure business, it's going to be with assistance. And then
Mhm. Yep.
people think, wait a minute, they're not going to do it as good as me. Where am I going to have the time to hire someone? What am I even going to give them? How long does it take me to train them? So we're actually going to be going through that tonight. And specifically, I'm going to have you take out paper, pen. Like we're literally going to work through it. So by the end of the workshop, you know who to hire. Are you ready to hire, and what exactly to delegate to them so that you can scale and grow and really more so be the visionary CEO that you want to be, right? And spend time in your gift and not the day to day that's taking you away from your family. That's not letting you sleep at night. That doesn't let you go on vacation in peace. And so we're going to be going over that this evening.
I love this because what you're really talking about, allowing people to work in their zone of genius, right?
Yeah.
Getting those hands off the keyboard and helping them understand, like, look, if you want to take your brilliance and if you want to leverage that, you want to scale that brilliance, it's going to have to involve some other people. It can't just be with that, dollars per hour mentality, right? We have to
Right.
think differently.
Yeah.
And, I'm going to go one step further, Krystal, put you on the spot again. What have you noticed in terms of some of those? Because I'm the mindset, coach for Fire Savvy, so I'm
Yeah.
always thinking like through a mindset lens. What are some of the mindset shifts that you have seen business owners have to go through to get to where they really want to be, and some of those mindset shifts that I know you have helped facilitate?
Yeah. So one of the biggest things is relinquishing control.
Mm.
And I know because I'm a control freak in the things that I like, and the mentality of, they're not going to do it as good as me or better than me. But in all reality, that is a block because you want to hire someone who's an expert in their field in
Hmm.
which you lack. And we're going to go over that on the crystal clear quadrant that I'll be using this evening so that you know exactly who those experts are that you need. But that block of you know, um, that level of control. The fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, there's only one you. No one is going to do it as good as you. No one. They're not you. The trick is that they at least get it 80% right. And
Love
I
that.
know it's hard because, like, oh my God, what about that other 20%? No, it's at least 80% of what you want to see. and that they're delivering the quality
Mm,
of what your organization represents. And so I think that's one of the biggest initial things that people have trouble, like literally getting their hands off the keyboard and building that trust. Now, of course, you need to build the trust too. You need to give the person the opportunity to perform, and you need to be open. The second thing is having patience and being open to giving feedback, not just saying, "Oh, this is wrong. I'm going to go ahead and change it."
hmm
You don't give the person the opportunity to grow or to fix or even know that that's how you want it, because too often we want mind readers.
mm.
That's not how it works. Many times with my own team, literally, I explain something and it doesn't come through the way that I thought it did. And I'm like, okay, help me help you. Like, how could I explain this better? What part don't you understand? And so there is that part to it.
Yeah, I love that though. But then going through that part of it, that communication process and figuring out their style and your communication style and just figuring out how to connect, that's part of that developing trust and that extension of the owner as well, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
I love this. I love this. I love this. Okay, so now switching gears just a little bit. We just had a Fire Savvy on Mastermind in July,
Hmm.
and you sort of took over the MC role, and you brought the fire and you brought the energy and you kicked us off. And I would love to know, where do you get all of your energy and enthusiasm?
Oh, well, I'll be very honest. It's a roller coaster. It comes and it goes, just like in entrepreneurship, just like in life. So there will be bursts of energy where you need to turn it on, and then there'll be times where you need to recharge. Um, and so it also comes from like the love that I have, for Fire Savvy and being able to be there and the environment. It also comes from like the passion of, what you're doing and what you're sharing and what you're working on too.
Yeah, I love that. And I know you know this, but I want to make sure you know this. Our Fire Savvy co-founders, Donna St. Louis and Chanel Evans, and I know Deanna Jean, the founder of the Success Tribe, and Greg. I mean, all of us who get to work with you appreciate you so much, Krystal, because you have this area of expertise and this gift that a lot of all of us don't have. And for you to like not only have that gift, but then share it in such a way where you're so enthusiastic and you have so much positive energy. And the best part about it, for anyone who's listening here, one of the best parts about working with Krystal is she never makes you feel stupid if you don't know the answer or if you're struggling with something. She is super, super kind and compassionate. So I love that about you, Krystal, and we just appreciate you so much. So I just want to make sure you know that.
Thank you, Doug. I really, really appreciate that. I love the clients that I get to work with. Um, I love the fact that I get to be like what I consider like a pebble or a seed, or really part of the path to what that person is accomplishing and what they're delivering in the world, right? That
Mhm.
we get to be a part of it and a piece of it. It's really special. Myself and my team, because this by far is a team effort. I have a project manager, several VAs that assist with running day to day, so that they can allow me to be the CEO of Crystal Clear Action.
Yeah, so you can work in your zone of genius as well, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
I love that. Okay, so now if you want to join us tonight and you want to tap into more of Crystal's brilliance, firesavvy.net/summer, apply code Doug for a complimentary seat, DOUG. But Krystal, if people are like, okay, maybe I can't make it tonight, but I need to talk to Krystal because I heard what she said, I love what she said, and I want to have a conversation with her. What's the best way for people to connect with you?
So the best way for people to connect is you can either shoot me a DM here in Facebook, or you can shoot me a DM here in Instagram. Otherwise, I will be opening up slots on my calendar, which is meetwithkca.com. And yeah, I would love to connect after the workshop tonight, especially if you have any questions about hiring, delegating, what to outsource, managing a team. And if you already have a team in place, because sometimes just a fresh set of eyes or a fresh perspective, because when you're in it, and I know, because that's why we always have to hire things for ourselves, because
Hmm.
often we cannot do it for ourselves. So I know how important it is to have that like outside perspective and second set of eyes. And I really love to do that. My team loves to do that. And so I would love, love, love to connect.
I love it. So meetwithkca.com, correct?
Yes, I will open up some more slots there. But otherwise, shoot me a DM, Crystal Clear Action on Instagram or here on Facebook. That's really the best way to reach me.
I love it. And if you're out there listening and you're a coach, consultant, an expert, an agency owner, and you're looking to grow and scale your business and you're interested in what Fire Savvy has to offer, please feel free to reach out to me. You can DM me through Facebook, LinkedIn, any of the socials, but also feel free to jump on my calendar, meetwithdoug.net, meetwithdoug.net. Krystal, thank you so much for your time today. This was amazing. I really, really enjoyed it. Anytime I get a chance to spend with Krystal is a good day.
Thank you, Doug. I really appreciate that. And for those that also just have any questions about Fire Savvy, I've been a member, I think it's like a year and a half now, that
Yeah.
I've been a part of the Fire Savvy family as their client as well, and then joined their team after. And it's just been such an amazing, safe space. The business advisors have really helped me expand my business, my offers, and honestly, just see my life in a different way than I did when I had originally gone to the Fire Savvy mansion retreat. And now it's a part of my life. Now I'm like,
Yes.
hey, I'm going to the mansion, which is something I never imagined before. And to say it now, and that's what we do a couple times a year is absolutely fun. Is just so amazing.
It is, and thank you for those kind words. And I will tell you that our mansion retreats would not be the same without you, Krystal. You just bring an energy and this like enthusiasm to it that just makes it so much fun for everyone. So thank you for everything that you bring.
Thank you, Doug. I appreciate that. So yeah, if you want to join us tonight, I'll be rounding out final the final session of Fire Savvy's summer series at 6:15 p.m. I have the opportunity to talk about how to optimize your team and or start a team with knowing who to hire, when to hire, what to delegate. And this is not going to be where you're just going to sit down and listen. Like, absolutely
No
not. It's
TED
going to be
Talks.
interactive. No, 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 no. I love TED Talk. This is not that.
Right.
You're literally going to work during this session. You're going to take out your pen, you're going to take out your pen, and we're going to literally walk through the crystal clear quadrant. So you leave knowing exactly, what you shouldn't be, what you shouldn't be doing in your business, what you can outsource and delegate, and to who. And so, yeah, let's do that tonight. 6:15. Doug shared the site, firesavvy.net/summer, and you can use code Doug for complimentary access to join us this evening on Tuesday,
Awesome.
August 20th.
I can't wait, Krystal. I can't wait. I'm super, super excited. Thank you again for your time today, and I will look forward to seeing you tonight.
Thanks so much, Doug. Me too. And thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you, everybody.